It has been 1 year with my American Express Gold Card, and that means that it's up for renewal. And there's just something about paying $250 that doesn't sit right with me. Let's talk about if the American Express Gold Card is really worth it for me in 2024. Now, from a young age of credit card enthusiasm, and I'm sure we all have gotten it, everyone always tells us that the American Express Gold Card is one of the best in the industries. Partly, they're not wrong. Now, a brief overview of the card, I'm sure we already know it, but this card earns 4x membership reward points per dollar spent on dining and supermarkets. It also earns 3x on flights and then 1x on everything else, but the focus on the earn rate is the 4x for both the grocery and dining. $250, that's a really big price to pay to get 4x. So American Express has 2 credits to help offset the annual fee. One $120 dining credit that you can use at a few different locations, Goldbelly, Grubhub, Shake Shack, to name a couple. And then a $120 Uber and Uber Eats credit. Now this one is where a lot of people get the value from if they're able to do that. And with these 2 credits combined is $240 worth of credits. So you're really only paying $10 a year to have this card if you're using those credits. And more importantly, if you buy stuff from those merchants anyway. Justifying this card if you use those credits and fully spend to maximize your rewards in those 4x categories can be a super big way to justify this card for you. Now, $10 is not a big gap to overcome, but both of those credits only are $10 every month. So you get $10 for Uber and $10 for one of those locations. Or really, I guess you could spend like $1 at each of them, and that would count. But practically speaking, each credit is $10 a month. And if you don't use it 1 month, you can't get it back. But let's talk about a couple of good things about this card. What makes this card great, and why do I enjoy having this card? Well, for one, the earning category rate and the credits, something that we've talked about. Categories really fit into my spending. I spend a lot on dining, and I spend a decent bit at grocery stores as well. Now that is kind of changing a little bit, but still everybody has to eat, and those earn categories are fantastic to have on one card and to not even think about. So my biggest reason why I want to cancel this card is that the credits just don't fit with me anymore. I can easily justify the $120 from Uber and Uber Eats because it's easy. The dining credit, the $120 dining credit, is more difficult because the biggest reason is, with the exception of Grubhub, none of these merchants are near me. So it makes it more difficult to go and actually use these credits every month. If I had a Shake Shack nearby, I probably would be telling a different story. Now, that's a big theme with American Express cards, is the hard to manage credits. There's $20 a month in credits here that you have to manage and make sure you're getting value from to make this card make sense for most people. It's just more hassle than what it's really worth. If it fits easily with how you spend, if you use Grubhub, use Uber, go to Shake Shack, order Goldbelly every month naturally, you don't have to think about it, and then this becomes slightly different. And that's why I fully love the Uber credit, because I don't have to think about it. That fits perfectly within how I spend, but the dining credit does not. Finally, the American Express customer service hasn't been recently what it's been historically. And I don't know if that's just a fluke, but the past few times I've contacted American Express, they have claimed my issue has been resolved, and then a couple weeks go by and it hasn't. And I just don't like that anymore. American Express used to be the bank that if you had a problem, you messaged them, you called them, they would fix it. And now that's just not the case. My experience lately with American Express has been subpar, and paying $250 a year to not have great customer service is not okay with me. So with all that being said, I love the gold card still, but I don't think I'm going to keep it if I can't get a decent retention offer. So I failed getting a retention offer on my Hilton Honors business card, but the gold card I've spent considerably more on in 2023. So let's see if I'm lucky and can get a retention offer. Okay, so I'm sending American Express a chat. I just said, hello, my annual fee on my gold card just posted. I'm thinking about canceling the card and I wanted to see if there are any offers to keep the card open. So let's see if we can get this in here. Well, that sucks that there are no offers. So unfortunately, there were no retention offers for us today. More than likely, I think I'm going to end up canceling the card. $250 is a lot to swallow for the lack of value that I perceive to be getting. I'm going to try the next couple of days, maybe the next 3 or 4 days, and see if I can message them again, and maybe there'll be something that popped up. My goal is to really get at least 40,000 membership rewards points, or for them to at least get close to covering the annual fee with a credit, maybe a $200 credit or something like that. And that's just because that's how I believe I could get value and get the annual fee at least mostly covered for. I will let you guys know. I'll make a community post when I finally do decide to cancel it, if I do, or if I get a retention offer later down the road. But thank you for watching, and check out one of these.